Hey folks, Quillyton here and welcome back to our Let's Play of RimWorld. It is our 500% difficulty run for the very first time, which is probably going to be a short run, because I'm probably going to get my butt kicked. I wonder if I should probably already have a little bit of a defense. We got 3 people. It's not like we're doing a solo start. Like, the first random naked person that shows up should still be the first raid. We should be able to handle him, I think. So, yeah, that's probably okay. And at mining, oh yeah, that's right. Bistrit is our miner, but she's also got the plant cutting. Tell you what, prioritize mining these 2, please. Could have put the mining higher up too, because it's probably not going to be the same long-term job, but it's moot for now. Yeah, start compact industry. You don't say. Wow, game. I never would have guessed. We do start with some components, I think. They're just not in our stockpile. So we'll do that, and we'll run a little bit of a power conduit. There we go. And then we should be able to get a few things started. All right, good job planting. Do haul. You're very hungry. I know you're going to complain about not having a table. I'm so sorry. But yeah, get a few things hauled. It'll be fine. We got War Merchant. Wow, that is quite early for a War Merchant. I think Biss was our chatter. Yeah. So Biss, let me go and send a little trade to you. Oh, that's, you know what? Let me reset that. Let them get a little closer first. All right, now it's probably fine. Okay. So, here, you want an egg? Fertilized. That's interesting. Someone did start with that. We do have some silver stockpiled, so we could buy something, but we really don't need anything from a war merchant. Especially not a tribal one. And yeah, let's get rid of this egg for 14 bucks. I'm fine with that. We could have let it hatch and then, you know, eaten a monitor lizard or something, but that sounds like some management we don't want to do at this point in the game. Okay, so that's up. So let's go and get ourselves a, I guess a wall light. Will that cover the room? It will if I do that. Good. And then probably get an electric stove. I know this isn't designated to the kitchen yet, but that'll be fine. Get that going. Not in kitchen. It'll be fine. We'll get some things sorted out soon enough for a little mountain base. It might be a little tricky to have our grower. Let me put the plant cut up higher now. Our grower be our miner here, because growing does take a fair amount of time, but we don't have that much to grow right now. It might be okay. It might take a little while to mine out some stuff, but we will see. We have the door there. I think I am tempted. I'm gonna go and put down a couple of wooden spike traps here and here. And that way, what the shite? Okay, that was loud. But thank you for some more steel. I mean, we don't need it right now, but thanks, Randy. All right, that'll do. Okay, meal over here. We're gonna do bulk simple meal, and simple, and do until X. But we're just going to go and set a target of 1 over here. Keep 1 meal on the floor, because people will go and grab one into their inventory. And if we're doing the bulk job, we'll do it 4 at a time. There you go. Dove has equipped that helmet that we started with. I think I've done so many tribal starts. The thought of starting with like a helmet like this, I'm like, what, is that really a thing? That seems OP. Expand the home zone. Cover these things. And then, yeah, the auto rearm is normally on when you build a trap within a home zone, but because it wasn't home zone yet, it didn't happen. Need a second source of entertainment for people soon. Where's Dove? Wait, oh, okay. No, that's fine. Oh, that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't change my schedule. Let's go and do that now. So we'll do everyone try to go to sleep at the same time after a period of recreation. And we can probably trim it to just 2 hours for now. The 3 tends to guarantee a little bit better later. And remember, if they're fully satisfied in recreation, they will just treat this in anything period, so they will work, for example. But this is nice. They left a gift of 78 silver. Wow! 500% difficulty. It's easy. I don't know why people would say it would be so hard. Thank you, Randall. I'm going to say that now before you go and completely obliterate my game later, because we know it's going to happen. But I appreciate you being kind for the moment. All right, Zandy's about to get up and then go and grab some food, almost certainly. Should probably build a table next. Yeah, well, finish the trap and then build the table. So am I looking for? Just the basic wooden table over here. We'll set it there. And then we'll go and, oh, look at the style of this dining chair. We'll do that. And then because we'll have chairs at that point, we can also put a chess table. People will go and play chess kitty corner like that, which is going to be handy dandy. All right. So we'll eliminate the 8 without a table debuff and hopefully not get any mood breaks too quickly. Thank you for making some more meals so we can stop eating the packaged survival meals as quickly. Storage. There's still some stuff lying around here. In fact, we should urgently haul in those meals before animals eat them. I should have done that sooner. Second source of entertainment is now up. And hopefully a little bit of social entertainment as well. Someone took off their pants. Oh, because they put on the flak pants, of course. Because we start with all those things, which is crazy. This place is lit up. We've got that. So one of the things with the floor, and the reason I'm thinking about removing it, is we might want to do some daylilies for beauty. It's a nice trick. On the other hand, I'm maybe less incentivized to train up Bistrite's planting, since we are going to be busy with the mining, and I might not want to keep replanting the daylilies. Wow, the table went fast compared to the chair. That's crazy. Okay, so that's all good. Planting is nearly done. We'll let Bistrite at least finish that. Well, actually, I guess you'll do that before the mining anyway. So even if I went and did something like, okay, we're going to plan out. Let me line it up. We're going to plan out a series of 11 by 11 chambers. Now, remember, we might want to still do hallways. But 11 wide is the widest you can do without having a roof collapse. Getting an initial grid for planning is good. But what about bedrooms? Because obviously this doesn't fit in for the bedroom thing. But we could then be something like, okay, then we're going to plan a series of 5 by 5 bedrooms on the outside of this. 5 by 5 is pretty good. When they're fully furnished, sometimes you do have a little bit of a space, like not as much space as my pawn would like, kind of debuff. But okay. I kind of think that's swell. Sure. Okay. We'll just want to make sure to leave a little bit of planned space for the insect spawns, because they like to spawn in the biggest available area. If this does become a very large area, which is kind of nice for the initial workshop plus stockpile, which I think is probably what it's going to do, it'll probably ensure the insects keep spawning here, which pros and cons, because they do tend to disrupt things when they pop. Sometimes you keep these rooms smaller and you do one big sort of bait room for the insects. I don't know. We'll see how this shakes out. And yeah, I haven't connected anything to anything else. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we can keep this front room for things. This might continue to be... Well, this is probably going to develop into the freezer plus kitchen, because we're going to be growing the crops out here. Until, maybe at some point we'll get hydroponics set up. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, we'll do that. And let me just check that the home zoning does, we'll cover all the areas that will be, at some point in the future, part of our base, including the little outer walls here that might need to be repaired. Plus, this will ensure, because of my haul stuff mod, or whatever it's called, it'll automatically flag chunks that get mined in here for hauling. We'll see if ever we drop a chunk. There, like that. You see that? It's already got the haul command. The haul things. Because it's been mined out here. So it'll keep clearing it out, which is so convenient. So annoying to do manually otherwise. All right. We've got the table. We've got this. I mean, if people start to get some idleness, we are going to want the research benches up. Do we need to do the stonecutter's table? Not yet. Stove. We can set up the tailoring, but we don't really have the material for it yet. Anyway, the smelter we don't need yet. Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously want this in a lab, but just in case anyone hits some idleness now, let's get a couple of research tables in place. I don't think Bistrit is going to get idle because between the growing and the mining, you're going to be super busy all the time. But let's go ahead and get those. What I might do is I might do this big space, just to say, and then I might put up some little temporary wooden walls inside of here to subdivide it into the laboratory, into a workshop space, and then later on those individual walls might get torn down. Or they might stay forever and just get replaced with stone. That's always a possibility. But I mean, these research benches here are temporary on the basis, simply on the basis that they can't research everything in the game. So eventually they do become completely obsolete. A couple of defenses, couple of guns. Food coming in here. We could do a little bit of hunting, especially that would give us leather for clothing. But we're not tribal, so all of our people started with clothing. In fact, they all start with... Do they all start with synthread? Yeah. So they're actually fairly sorted clothing-wise. I guess I should probably plan on routing power. Going down the middle of the room. We get some light in here soon, too. That would be nice. Do something like... Plan a light there. Which might be a good place for the door because it's the midpoint, but for now, this is okay. A little bit of repair there. Repair is a lower priority, so now construction should take over, which it is. Excellent. Okay. Good. Fernanda. This. Where's our danger room on this map? Down here? That's a little annoying because we won't be able to do our little trap hallway. Unless we dig to it, which is annoying, but I guess we could excuse as a bit of an experimental dig at the same time. Wow. That's kind of annoying. I suppose we could do a little dig over here to build the trap corridor as well. That wouldn't be that long. Okay, that might be the way to go. All right, bit of a sleep. In fact, we should go and get an end table. Not enough wood. I don't... Is it just that we haven't hauled it? No, it might legitimately be not enough wood. Yeah, that might actually be true. Right, I don't need the blocks. I need this, and I need that. And we got some visitors, which we could consider doing some early kidnapping. We'll do a harvest fully grown of some more things. Well, visitors, not just one person passing by. Okay. Oh, and I guess what we also need is our ritual spot. Put it right next to this. Do we do a ritual right away? For a mood and possibly a joiner. Well, if we're going to do that, we'd need some extra wood for the sky lanterns. So we'll allow a little bit of tree chopping to happen. Go. Bistrit is going to go to work. Digger. So this is interesting because it's just a single person. From a tribal people, and then pissing off the tribals wouldn't be bad at all. Local interest. I mean, second high quality miner, potentially crafter. I don't know, we're not really set up for it yet. Now, Bistrit, being our social person, we would want them to be our moral guide for the conversion powers. We don't have the food, I think, for a prisoner yet, but I will go and make you our moral guide. I think we want it before we do the Sky Lantern ritual anyway. And I will do it. If we get a joiner, that's fine. It's like, oh, we don't have the food yet. Yeah, but they'll be a contributing member, right? It's not a prisoner we have to convert first or anything like that. And we are about to get our first rice harvest. And we can do some hunting. So let's go and do this. Oh, we need the wood. Yeah, it's currently being used for the chairs and the end table. Let's just let that finish up. Okay. Our faction. So we're going to be the 500... percenters, and our base is going to be probably doomed. You know, let's be realistic about things. Goes Andy. Maybe Randy's being nice to us because we have someone with a name that sounds very similar. Like, I like the Zandy person. Let's make sure to treat them well. All right, let's go Sky Lantern ritual. Bis mood is... Oh, yeah, the sunlight sensitivity. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, schedule and happiness. I forgot completely about that. I'm so sorry, Bistrit. We are going to get you to sleep in this period over here. There we go. And you know what? I will line up the recreation here so that works out better. And it's an insult spree, which is going to lead to a cask. Oh, okay. An early social fight isn't the worst thing ever. Let me turn this into a medical bed real quick. And then Of course, Dove is our medic. Oh, you're still participating in the ritual. Okay, well, first of all, we're going to turn on some self-tend for you. Zandy, could you rescue Dove? And Zandy's also going to get doctoring to the max. We need to get Dove back on her feet. It's just bruises. We're not using any medicine. Gift of silver. Wow. Okay. That was really rotten timing. Okay. I mean, you're also being pretty desperate here. You must... Oh. Well, there we go. Finally done. And tend to yourself. Get some food. Get some sleep so you also don't have a mood break. Wow, that is really annoying. And yes, to be fair, I'd forgot about the night schedule there for Bistrite. I'm so sorry. Not only were you unhappy about your schedule, but then you were also experiencing the sunlight. We'll try to do the ritual in the dark next time. Okay, you're up. That's good. You're hauling. Wait, you're going to come over here and re-equip your pistol. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to turn this off as a medical bed. Oh, Bistrite was also sitting in the medical bed. No. I could build one extra bed and keep it flagged medical, which I often do, but I'm going to go tend over there, which is very kind of you. I suppose I'll turn off the doctoring for Zandy now. We'll probably end up toggling that a bunch if Dove goes down again. There you go. Can we be friends now? It would be nice. Oh, yeah, my ex-husband. But you friend with Dove. Yeah. Sometimes the people you fight with the most are your friends. Failed to romance. Oh, that's going to be some awkwardness. A little bit of repair work. Sure, if we've got nothing to construct, that's fine. There we go. Refueling this, which is okay. How's the temperature? 17. Well, so we might be on the verge, especially at night. We're probably getting a slept in the cold debuff. So I think we're going to want a heater in this room. I'll tuck it in over there. That way we can avoid the slept in the cold debuff. You've got a chemical want. Oh, yes, you do have the chemical interest. Well, I suppose we could go and research the psychite tea pretty quickly. Psychoid brewing. And then grow some psychoid. Psychoid has a low fertility sensitivity, so it's sort of a waste to use the high fertility ground for psychoid growing. So what I'll do is I'll just square this area off here. Like this, and we'll grow some psychoid. We can sell the tea. It's not a great money maker. Oh, and then we need the plant skill of 6. Okay, so that's not going to happen for a while. Now, it's not a chemical dependency. Like, you don't have a genetic... Yeah, you're not a Hussite or anything like that. And that was an unforgettable Sky Lantern ritual, but... Oh, and they all benefited, even though there was an interruption. Really? Really? Okay, that's great. That's really helpful. Thank you for the +10. Wow. And but you're... Technically... Your schedule now is sleep. You just don't need the sleep. Although, as soon as you go to 89%, you would go and sleep. Like, if I reset you now, you're going to go inside and go to sleep. Although, the sleep schedule is about to end, so it's kind of moot. Oh, you're not. That's interesting. I mean, now you're on a recreation schedule. Interesting. For the recreation, if the recreation is above 90%, they won't do they won't start recreation, even if they're on a recreation schedule. If they're currently doing it, they'll go all the way to 100 and then stop. But I assumed sleep was going to be the same way. That if they were above 90%, they wouldn't sleep, but if they were below, but maybe it's a different one. Maybe it's 85% or 80. Or there was just something else going on that I hadn't noticed. 30% is the trigger to go to sleep on an anything schedule. They will go to sleep then. But that's not the requirement for the sleep schedule. So I don't know. Anyway, Bistrite is up at night, which should be her preference. If she gets in a couple with someone, then it might be a little awkward because, well, we just make the other person have a nighttime schedule too. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, okay. Good, groovy. I wonder if it might be better off to just go and build our wall trap tunnel defense now. Now, do I want to go and shrink the area? Because I was thinking, like, the first wall just being something maybe like this would lessen the construction. But this actually doesn't add that much more construction. And then, honestly, that amount of wall space will probably do us for the rest of the game. Especially if we're building internally. Yeah, maybe. We will build the first one out of wood because, first of all, the wood will be plentiful. And it builds super duper fast. We'll do that. Again, those corners, of course, do count perfectly fine. We'll leave a gap over here. I guess I will put a door in there so we can shut it in case there's a manhunting pack we want to ignore. Okay, start with that. Do this, and actually, I'll include that corner and that corner when we do eventually expand the wall. Mechanoid signal. Okay, grav engine. We might decide to do it. I don't know. But we're just going to leave that quest sitting in there for now. We'll definitely be going conventional base to start off with. You can see the mod here that the cut plant before construction. Because again, you should do this manually every single time. You should, if you're building somewhere, you should tell the trees underneath those spots and the bushes, have someone go and cut it so that someone with actual plant skill would do it. Or you could run the mod that just sets that flag. Doesn't do anything you can't do manually, just saves you a click and saves you from forgetting like I do sometimes. And then I get frustrated when it takes a 0 plant skill constructor 1,000 million years to cut down one tree. So this is certainly a lot better. A bit of hauling of steel. There might be a few more things that still need to be hauled somewhere on the map. Not sure. And let me zoom out a bit and select the herbal medicine, harvest fully grown. So yeah, if we've got a little bit of herbal medicine that is gettable. Oh, you're getting something. Some steel way over there. Okay. Oh, so we got a lake over here with a swan in it. Makes me want to write some sort of ballet. What are these? We got some whales. Okay. All right. Lovely. Bistrate's going to be cutting down these trees as a top priority thing. I have to do some replanting soon, but the cut trees is first, which is fine because it's a very temporary little like short-term job and it's sort of blocking for other things. So I like that. We are going to put a hold open on this door so it doesn't interfere with the first raid. And then you're doing that. We'll have to get someone to walk through there. Well, it'll probably happen when we construct the little trap tunnel. Someone will be walking through there. We didn't even need to complete this area to like block this off, but at some point we'll mine that out. And it's cheap now. Hey, there we go. They already used the door. Perfect. Level 6 in plants, which means we can start to plant the psychoid, which is lovely. And yeah, we haven't had any idleness for the construction here. At some point, hopefully we'll cut down some of the jobs, although that won't be helped with the mining. But I think it's still nice to get that started. It's going to be a while before we truly need the space, but I don't know, we are going to want some specialization for these things to keep the space, the speed up. We're going to want to move the research benches into their own room so that we've got a laboratory. Yeah. All right, harvesting. Thank you. Yeah, wow, we start with so many freaking components on the crash landed start. Nuts. I could leave this door open for walking speed, but then we wouldn't get the temperature management the same way, so no. 23. I guess it was a little extra hot during the day. And I can also have the heater work a little bit less, like target 18. As long as it's 16 and above, they won't get the slept in the cold debuff. So we don't need to use quite as much power. Oh, keep the simple meals around. In fact, I'm going to go and increase this up 1 doot over here so that we don't end up in the situation where someone grabs a meal and then all of a sudden we're at 0 and then the next person grabs a survival meal. So we'll have that trigger a little bit sooner. So as soon as we get down to 1, start making the next one. Construction there. Are we out of wood? We probably are. Harvest fully grown, please, including the plants. Sure. A little bit of cleaning over here, but it shouldn't be a constant thing. Because there's just not going to be that much foot traffic over there, so it's probably okay. Oh, you're cleaning that little spot there. Yeah, okay. Sure. And now doing some research. Yeah, there's no construction to be done because there's no plants because Bistrit is asleep. That's fine. Get started on the research. That's okay. I suppose I could move the research benches into here already because that would make this area a lab. So let me do that. Oh, not install. Reinstall that there. Reinstall that there. And then we'll wall it some more as well later. But for now, that will be enough. This is now a laboratory, so we no longer get the speed debuff. It's not particularly clean in here, but that's okay. It's not particularly clean anywhere right now. Schedule unhappiness. Because you woke up a little early. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if it says it in here. Oh, it's 11 to 18. Okay, so I'm going to sleep maybe 1 hour earlier than I need to. They don't mind being awake at 10. There we go. So you can work through to 10. That might ensure that you stay asleep a little further. I mean, you only have the mood debuff for a tick. Like here, you're no longer got a problem. That's sunlight sensitivity. There we go. So the sun's only set now. It's going to have to be the case. Hopefully you'll spend more time. You being a farmer does mean you're going to spend a lot of time outside and get hit by your sunlight sensitivity. Hopefully we'll get someone else with plant skill at some point, and then maybe Bistrite stops being as much of a farmer. Although, there's not going to be that much mining to do, so I don't know. A squirrel has self-tamed. Well, congratulations, squirrel. What's going to happen is you're going to be restricted to the home zone, so you come over here. And then someone's going to slaughter you for a little bit of squirrel meat and leather. Those are still waiting. We do have the wood now in theory. We got a bunch of it sitting around, so Zandy should be able to finish things. Do I rename them? Yeah, you're a constructor. You don't actually have the passion in construction. You just happen to be the best one at it. You really want to be a crafter, but I don't think it makes sense to put down the clothing thing yet. Yeah. We'll want to set up probably a shotgun tunnel style defense over here. We won't really need to set up the cover. The important thing right now is Bistrite can go and choke point over here, and then we'll set up the guns. The Fleeing Knigget. Manhunting guinea pigs. For some honor. It should be pretty easy to do. We will clearly get a few scratches, but it's fine. How long? We got 2 days. Okay. That's going to be fine. Let's chop this, even though it's not fully grown, where we're going to build the trap tunnel. Get the wall set up. So at the very least, we will have the trap tunnel, or we will have the choke point available. There's probably only be one guinea pig. Hey, man, it's literally just one. It would be nice to not get a single scratch. We might be able to bait them into the traps over here, but I'm going to try to get the little trap corridor set up. Bistrite, you're going to let you finish that. I'm going to get you to prioritize cutting this one because it's completely going to be in the way. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to encourage a little bit of walking that way, and then some amount of stuff like this, and then like that. We'll put a door here for our own convenience. And then we're going to security, wooden spike traps, chuka, 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 and then we're going to fence. So the bad guys will want to avoid walking on top of the fence. They'll go that way. We're going to put a couple of these things so we stop random wild animals from walking in here. We're going to chop that tree because it'll be annoyingly in the way. And we're going to expand a home area that covers all of that, plus all of that. Okay. And yeah, I will want to accept the quest. I guess we'll give it to Bistrite because you've got the social skills, so you'll be doing the trade with the Imperials later. We might spread things around. You're not like psychically insensitive or anything, are you? I don't see anything. Okay. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it doesn't make sense for the meleeer to have it because they're busy. On the other hand, that gives you the psychic powers might give you something to do at range while we're waiting for the enemies to close. So no, I think Biss is going to be fine for that. Go. A few of the traps getting in place. The guinea pig. The small animals can dodge them, but they'll probably get hit by something. Hello, level 7 construction. Minimizing a few botches. That's going to be nice. Actually, can I get you to prioritize? Oh, I guess you can't do that one because we're waiting for the cut. This is very hungry. Should be fine. Squirrel leather. And yeah, if we wanted clothing, we could go and do more hunting right now, but we're okay for the moment. Tap. This is up. Playing some chess. We actually do want your mood up. Right, it's shared recreation period. But you're about to max that out. So I'm going to tell you, come over here, cut that tree. And Zandy, specifically go and build that wall, please. I think you were already doing that, but there you go. Done, done, done. This is all ready to go. And you'll do that. Excellent. Oh, I didn't do any other doors. Silly me. Let's go and do it, and we're going to do the airlock thing. And the reason that this is important is if you are getting chased, then they will only smash through one of the 2 doors. All right, so yeah, right now they have to walk through there, which is fine. But yeah, we'll give us a couple other options to minimize some walking distance. That dove is still got those bruises. Are you a slow healer or something? No, baseliner? All right. I mean, you got treated without any medicine. Randy! My God, you're in a good mood today. Armadillo leather. All right. Sure. A little bit more wood. I mean, we do need to keep some around for the power. I could do the thing, which might be very convenient here, to make a big growing zone over here, for example. And then turn off sowing so we don't plant anything. But any fully grown plants in this zone will automatically be chopped, is what's going to happen. So they'll keep chopping down the fully grown trees whenever it happens. We'll get a steady little tick in there. I'm still going to have to manually designate some things, but it'll keep a nice, slow, steady trickle. And as soon as a tree is fully grown, like chop it down and stump so that a new tree can start growing in place. Okay, quest is going to expire soon. Doors. I think I'll just say yes to it now. So let me set a new zone for us. So manage area. I guess area 1. I'll just call walled. And we're expanding the walled area. Something like that. Technically, there's a little outside area there, but it's not really an issue. Although, if I'm a little bit worried about them doing a weird thing, every now and again they get weirdly stuck outside. It's very uncommon. Okay, I think we're fine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell everyone to stay inside the walled area momentarily, please. And I guess we may as well accept that now. Or maybe I want to wait at night. Wait, what time is it? You're okay. You'll get the sunlight sensitivity, but you're not in a sleep. Okay, I'm going to accept now. This for Biss. There you go. Pasir joins the colony. Not really joining the colony. And get inside the walled area. I mean, you're already heading that way. And yeah, 1 guinea pig, huh? We can even get you to stand in front and body block a little. You're a wimp. You would fall down pretty quick. Well, you're a wimp. You're running away from a guinea pig. Okay. What are you doing over there? Building a roof. Right. It was sort of an allowed area, so you were doing some weird things. Okay. Oh, there's the guinea pig. I don't think we're going to be fighting. Oh, let me reorder. By the way, and this always blows someone's mind. You can just right-click and drag to reorder people up here. It's built into the game. It's not a mod. It's been there forever, and it's amazing. Anyway, I always put my ranged people first, my melee people after, and then any pacifist non-combatants after that. But there you go. Guinea pig dies, as expected. Perfect. Unforbid everyone. That's going to be okay. And then Pasir should leave soon. You calling us bed? No, you're gone. You're going to be okay. A little bit more meat. Rebuild that. Shuttle has arrived, so you're going to depart. Is that home zoned properly? It is, and that's zoned, and that's zoned. Lovely. Okay. And you roof that area, which is not particularly important, but sure. Oh, we should do the fire break thing. Actually, yeah. So the build roof we do actually want. What I'm going to want to do is build a roof that's 3 tiles out from any of these walls. I don't know how far out we gotta go from that corner, but let's overkill it as needed. Overkill is fine. We can put a... Don't worry about this part. There you go. So what that's gonna do is kill off all the plants because they're going to be roofed. Kill off all the plants there, so if there's a fire outside, it won't be able to spread all the way to our wooden walls. I mean, at some point, these will be stone walls, but for now, this is going to be a nice little fire break. You could also go and preemptively go and cut, like, all the grass. I don't know if that's worth it. Fernanda has the animal flu. Fernanda, I think you're going to slaughter for meat. I'm so sorry. It is nice to start with a horse. It's going to be a while before we need it. Yep, nope. Fernanda, I'm so sorry. You are now meat. It's a mercy kill or something. Why are you still here? Appreciate your shot. Now we should probably get you to go. What if there's like a weird quest fail or something? All right. And we can do this ceremony for some psychic powers, which I guess there's no reason not to. You might get a bit of a mood. No, it's fine. Get a psychic power. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a really good one. Could happen. Start bestowing ceremony. Let's go. If we got stun, it'd be amazing. I think that's a level 1 power. And it's probably the best level 1 power from a combat perspective. Chunk skip. Yeah, all right. Okay. Slept in the heat, sweaty. Oh, third. Oh yeah, it is roasty toasty. So let's go and get a cooler for this room. Shoot, yeah, I'll put it right there. Be fairly well defended. So we're gonna leave. Okay. Yeah, let me get you to do this now. I know it's your recreation period, but let's try to get this done before at least you go to sleep. Someone else has already gone to sleep, but boom. Nice. Okay. Good. 21 degrees. Need a meditation spot right for our ritual. And we don't have anything to look at, but here, meditate in this corner. Technically, it exists. We'll try to make it a more interesting thing later. And we're also going to get a third one of these, because in theory, although, yeah, it's not going to happen with all this mining designated. I don't need a third one yet. But, oh, let's go and do a ritual. Let's see if we can get a fourth person in here. I might do them until I get a fourth person. We'll meat rotted away. Yes. Sucks, but there you go. One of the reasons we go with the rice. We don't need a refrigerator for a long, long time. The rice doesn't rot. It's like 40 days or something like that. It's like super long. It's only a problem when we get some meat from time to time. Which actually, I guess what I often do is set some rules to try to use the meat as soon as possible. Actually, what we should do is set a fine meal. Kind of do forever. If there's any meat around, do it forever. There's always, not the carnivore one. There's always a risk that it will just, like, some of the meals will rot, but at least, we'll still have trained, and something was going to rot regardless. Give them a beat here. I should turn these meals, because this should reset the spoilage time to, I think, 3 days. Oh, 4 days. Okay. And we'll get a little bit of a mood boost. You're hauling that in, which is nice. Level 10 mining. Plus, you're getting, like, I'm working on something I'm passionate about, which is great. And then you're going to go to sleep. Okay, we'll try to do a nighttime ritual again. Yes, you're going to disturb sleep. I know. We'll try to do better. But not now. Right now, they're going to get stacked. They can only get up to level 3 disturbed sleep. Like 3 ticks of it. And it's only a -1 per. It's not the end of the world. And especially right now with low expectations, plus these rituals, which are going great for mood, less so for having someone join. Yeah, so we're overproducing the fine meals, but I could make some pure carnivore meals just to use up the meat immediately. But, I mean, we may as well, right? There you go, level 7 cooking. We'll lose some meals. It's not really the end of the world when we're using it as an excuse to train our cooking. Sure. Why did you just eat a simple meal? It looks like Biss just ate a simple meal. Is it because that was what was in your inventory? I wonder how much worse this gets. You have a chemical need. Okay, so I guess you're at 0%, so the -6. All right, it's not the end of the world. Although, giving you the titles, you actually will become hard to please. We may have to spread the title love around. We might go and see about getting everyone like level 1 in nobility, just because it doesn't add expectations. Increase our chance that we might get some stuns. Helper learner. You're neurotic. But you got sanguine to balance out. You also have chemical interest. Wow. I think The answer here has to be no, although it does remind me what I want to do is I want to turn off the goodwill. And do we turn off the honor? I think yes, I'll turn it off for now. Because what we want is more material reward options. But yeah, I'm not going to go and contribute to this learner, and that person's not impressive enough. Especially since theoretically, we should have someone join. Beautiful one. Wow, we keep getting a miss on our 50-50s here. I'm going to immediately go another one. I really want to have another person join. Yeah. Because as long as it's beautiful or unforgettable, you then have a 50% chance of someone joining us. And we've had 3 of them. I think 2 unforgettables and 1 beautiful. So like the odds have not been in our favor there. Come on. We're due now, right? That's how statistics work. Every time you fail, it increases the chance the next one. Wow, terrible. That's the game telling me that I'm understanding numbers very wrong. More fine meals, sure. I mean, I guess there's an increased waste of the rice doing this. Mad Swan. Okay, well, it'll probably just go and boop itself on our trap. Oh, or, you know, it'll remember that it can fly, even though I don't remember that things can fly. But you're already caught. Okay. You have powerful melee. Well, that worked out. And you didn't even take an injury. Crazy. All right, and we've got more meat. All right, sure, fine. That's incredibly annoying. Now, they will definitely get exploded. It's going to start some fires, but I guess it's going to have to be okay. Now, we're going to want to do some kiting. If they get through, we're going to have Biss do some kiting because we don't want her in melee range when these things explode. That would be bad. You know what we should do? Put a cut in here. I just looked at the timer. Hey, we're 42 minutes in. Great. There's only are these guys all maddened? No, just 3 of them. It might take a couple of traps each to boop them. No, they're all gonna die in this hallway. It's gonna be fine. It's just gonna be the biggest issue is just gonna be fire control and rebuilding the traps, which is annoying without someone with construction skill because they're not even really training it up too much. But yeah, this ritual stuff's being kind of frustrating. Anyway, thanks for watching another episode, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.